Good morning, everybody. Okay, so continuing with some long multiplication today, but this time our multiplicand is moving up to a 3-digit number. Shouldn't change anything because we've learned how to multiply by a 2-digit number. So that the calculation is still the same. We've just got a hundreds column in our multiplicand instead of just a tens and a ones. Okay, I'm going to do the method today in 2 ways, and I want you to choose which way you're most comfortable with. So we've got 246 multiplied by 28. Now don't forget, before you move on to your Let's Explore, you've got your 7 arithmetic questions. Give yourselves 4 minutes. So you might want to stop the video now, have a go at those questions, and then come back on to the Let's Explore. Try and time yourself 4 minutes, because then you will get into the habit of working quickly through those questions. Okay, so maybe stop the video, give yourselves 4 minutes, and then come back to the multiplication. Okay, so 246 multiplied by 28. I know that this is a 20 and this is an 8. So I'm going to multiply my number by 8 to begin with because I start with my ones. 246 multiplied by 8. 6 times by 8 is 48. 4 multiplied by 8 is 32. Add my 4 tens here is 36 tens. 2 multiplied by 8 is 16. Add my 3 is 19 hundredths, or 1,900, because let's not forget that's a 200, not a 2. I've multiplied my multiplicand by my 8. I'm now going to multiply it by my 20. Instead of multiplying by 20 here, I'm going to multiply that number by 2 and then make my answer 10 times larger. 6 times by 2 is 12. 4 times by 2 is 8. Add one more here is 9, 90 or 9 tens. And then 200 multiplied by 2 is 492. Now let's not forget that that's a 20 and not a 2. So let's make our product 10 times bigger here. 492 times by 10 is 4,920. And then all that's left to do is to add that product and that product together. So we've got 1,968 add 4,920. And remember, it doesn't matter which way you add those two numbers because we know that addition is commutative. We can add it in either way. 8 add 0 is 8, 6 and 2 is 8, 9 and 9 is 18, and 1 and 4 is 5, add one more is 6. So we've got 6,888, and reminding yourself constantly that this is the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands column. Okay, so that's one way of having a go at multiplying that number by a 2-digit number. So partitioning the multiplier and having a go at multiplying it by the 8 in the ones column, the 2 in the tens column, and then making that part of your answer 10 times bigger. Have a go at that method today, unless you are feeling confident using long multiplication, and in which case you will do the next method. If you're currently using this method at the moment and you feel okay with it, then have a go at using this and then test yourself or challenge yourself to try and use long multiplication as well alongside, because then you've got this method to feel confident with and the long multiplication just to have a go at. Because remember, that's the method we all want to be using eventually. Okay? Okay, so if you're looking at this part of the slide, this is because you're feeling confident with long multiplication and we want to have a go at working it out as a formal method altogether. So I'm starting with multiplying everything by 8, and I'm going to just use this one method here. 6 times by 8, I know, is going to be 48. So my 4 goes here, my 8 goes there. 4 times by 8, or 4 tens multiplied by 8, is 32 tens. Add my 4 is 36 tens, which is the same as 368. And then 200 multiplied by 8 is going to be 1,600. Add my 3 is 1,900. So you can check that you've got each number in the correct column each time. And then I'm moving on to my 20 now. I'm multiplying everything by 20. Now, instead of the previous method, which was multiplied by 2 and make it 10 times larger, we can go straight in with multiplying it by 20. So I know that 6 multiplied by 2 is going to be 12. So 6 multiplied by 20 is going to be 120. So I want to make sure that my 1 is in my hundreds column and my 20 is in my tens column. 120. And now I'm going to use my known facts. I know that 4 times by 2 is 8, add 1 is 9. I can check that's in the right column by saying, well, I was doing 4t multiplied by 20. So I know that's got to get me to 800. Added my 1, I'm in my hundreds column. Now I've got 2 multiplied by 8, which I know, 2 multiplied by 2, which I know is going to be 4. And that's 20 multiplied by 20, which is going to be 4,000. And I'm going to check by putting my 4 in my thousands column there. And then all that's left to do is to add those two numbers up. And we should get 6,888. As you're going through with this method, keep using your known facts and then double check that you've put the right answer or the right digit in the right column. So like I did, 4 times by 2 is 8, but what would that look like if it was 40 times by 20? Okay,